The signal came from far across the stars. It was not a cry for war or power. It was a quiet call, asking for help. The people of Veldari were in trouble. Their cities were shaking with protests. Their leaders were afraid. They wanted someone to come and calm the fire before it burned everything. The message was sent out to the whole galaxy. They asked for mediators, peacemakers.com, voices. But the message did not reach those kinds of people. It reached Earth. And Earth had a different way of solving problems. Humans were known across space as Deathworlders. Other planets saw them as tough, wild, and dangerous. They came from a world that made them strong. They did not like slow talks when there was real danger. They believed peace came only after you stopped the fire from spreading. On Earth, a group of skilled humans got the signal. They were not part of any big government. They were from many places, working together to help where they could. Claire Jensen was their leader. She was calm, but strong. She had seen many wars, and she did not flinch when things got hard. She picked her team carefully. Eli Turner was her second. He was quiet, but he could read people like a book. Ashley Brooks was fast and smart. Noah Grayson knew ships and tech better than anyone. Chris Maddox had fought in the worst places and always came back. They all knew that peace did not come easy. They got on their ship, a rough and ready machine that had seen many fights. It had no shiny walls or smooth lines. It was built to last, not to look nice. Their ship left Earth, heading straight to Veldari space. When they arrived, the Veldari were shocked. They had been waiting for people in clean suits, with kind eyes and soft words. Instead, they saw humans in heavy gear, with weapons on their backs and serious faces. The Veldari Council was not happy. One of the leaders said, "We asked for peacekeepers, not soldiers." Claire looked at him and said, "You asked for help? This is how we help." The council wanted to send them back. But their own world was falling apart. Cities were blocked by protests. Supply lines were cut. Other planets were watching, waiting for the Veldari to fall. The humans were not what they wanted, but they were what they got. Claire and her team wasted no time. They moved into the cities not with fear, but with focus. They talked to the people. They watched the streets. They listened to the whispers in the dark. Soon, they began to see the real picture. Something was not right. The protests were not just about bad laws or food shortages. There were other voices behind the anger. Someone was pushing the people to rise up. And it was not someone from Veldari. Eli found strange tech in the protest camps. Noah scanned the data and found signs that the Jayanori, a rival planet, were sending signals to the people. They were not just watching the fall, they were helping it happen. Claire called her team for a meeting. This is not just a protest, it is a trap. The Janori want this world to break. We are not here just to speak, we are here to stop it, her team agreed. They had come for peace, but they knew peace often needed strength to survive. The Veldari watched from their towers. They still did not understand the humans, but they could not look away. On that day, the real work began. The streets of Veldari Prime were full of smoke. Buildings stood tall, but the air was tense. People walked with eyes full of worry. Signs of anger were painted on walls. Many shops were closed. The city was not in flames, but it was close. Claire and her team walked through the narrow paths. Their gear was heavy. Their eyes moved fast. They were not there to fight the people. They were there to find the truth. Ashley walked ahead, scanning faces. Eli stayed close, listening to local talks. He had a small ear device that picked up voices in the crowd, could hear fear, anger, and something else. There were voices that did not sound like locals. "They are not just angry," Eli said. "Someone is guiding them." Noah sat in a van nearby, watching drones fly above. He looked at data streams from buildings, signals, and heat maps. He called Claire. "I found strange energy bursts," he said. "Not from Veldari tech. It matches Janori tools." Claire nodded. "Send it to Ashley. We need to find the source." In a quiet part of the city, Ashley followed the trail. She walked past food stands and closed doors. Then she found a small building with blocked windows. She saw two people enter. They did not look like Veldari. They moved too fast, too careful. Ashley waited, then slipped to the back. She placed a small camera and sent the view to Noah. "This is it," Noah said. "They're pushing false news and fake orders. They're using mind tools to turn people against their leaders." Eli joined Ashley at the spot. They went inside, quick and silent. 2 Janori agents were there. One tried to run. Eli stopped him with a clean hit. Ashley grabbed a data drive from the table. They left fast. No gunfire, no noise, just results. Back at their base, Noah opened the drive. The screen showed files of messages, videos, and voice commands. All fake. All sent to make people rise. "This is proof," Claire said. "Now we show it to the world." They sent the files to the Veldari Council. Some members did not believe it. Others were silent. Claire stood before them with calm words. "Your people are being tricked. Your enemies are not outside the walls. They are already inside." The head counselor looked at her. "We did not ask for fighters. We asked for peace." "Sometimes," Claire said, "peace only comes after you clear the fire." The next day, the humans shared the files with the people. They used screens in the cities, radios, and public halls. The truth spread fast. The protests slowed. Many looked at each other with shame. They had been used. Across the city, people took down signs and opened shops. Food lines returned. Elders came to the streets and called for calm. But not all were ready to stop. Small groups still moved in the dark. They had weapons, not just anger. Claire knew the worst part was coming. "They will strike hard before the people fully turn," she said. "We must be ready." She sent Ashley and Chris to scout the outer zones. Eli worked with local guards. Noah built defense nets with old Veldari tech. The team moved like parts of a machine. Then, just as the sky turned dark, a blast shook the eastern port. Flames rose. It was the Janori. They were not hiding anymore. Ships came down, fast and full of fire. It was not a raid, it was war. Claire stood on the roof of their command post. Smoke climbed in the sky. "This is the real face of the enemy," she said. "They came for the pieces left after the fall. But we will not let it fall. Not today." And with that, the Deathworlders got ready for the next move. They came to stop a war with strength. Now, they had to finish it with fire. The eastern port burned through the night. Fire lit the sky like a second sun. People ran in fear. The Janori had made their move. They were not hiding anymore. They wanted to take the planet by force. Claire stood with her team on top of the old Veldari wall. Her face was calm, but her eyes were sharp. She watched the fire and listened to the screams in the distance. "They are not here to talk," Claire said. "They want to break this world." Eli stood beside her. "We stop them here, or they take everything." Ashley checked her gear. "How many ships landed?" Noah answered from the comms. "At least 5. 3 landed at the port. 2 moved toward the North City. More may be coming." Chris nodded. "We split them. Take them out fast. Show the people we're not running." The team moved. Claire and Chris headed to the port. Ashley and Eli went to the north. Noah stayed in the control room, watching all zones. The Veldari Guard joined the humans, but their hands shook. They had never faced a real battle. At the port, Janori soldiers pushed forward. They wore dark armor and used loud weapons. They fired into the air to scare the crowd. Some Veldari screamed. Others dropped to the ground. But Claire did not stop. She ran forward with her rifle held tight. Chris followed, shouting orders to the guard behind them. "Stay low, move fast, follow us." The first fight was fast and hard. Claire moved like water, quick and strong. She dropped to Janori in seconds. Chris covered her from behind, hitting targets with clean shots. The Veldari guard saw the humans stand firm. They found new courage and joined the fight. Together, they pushed the Janori back from the port edge. Meanwhile, in the North City, Ashley and Eli moved through tight streets. Fires burned in windows. Shadows ran between buildings. The Janori had placed sound traps, spreading fear with fake voices. "This is more than a fight," Eli said. "They want to crush the spirit first." Ashley found one of the speakers and shot it. The voice stopped. The street grew quiet. They reached the north gate, where 2 ships had landed. Janori troops were setting up a base. "We can't take them head-on," Ashley said. "Don't," Eli replied. "We break their tools." They crawled along rooftops and sent small drones into the camp. Ashley found the fuel lines. Eli marked the power boxes. Then they both fired at the same time. Explosions rocked the camp. Flames rose high. The Janori ran in all directions. The base was broken before it could fully form. Back at the control room, Noah kept eyes on every corner of the map. He called updates to the team. Ashley and Eli took out the north camp. Claire and Chris cleared the port. But another ship just entered orbit, bigger than the others, Claire answered. Can you stop it from landing? Not with Veldari tools, but maybe delay it. I'll try. Noah worked fast, used broken satellites and old defense nets. He sent a false signal that made the new ship think the area was too hot to land. It paused in orbit. You bought us time, Claire said, but they'll try again. For now, the fires were smaller. The people began to come out from hiding. They saw humans and Veldari guards standing side by side. They saw Janori weapons left in the dirt. One old man walked up to Claire. His voice was shaky. I did not trust you. I thought you came to bring war. But now I see. You came to stop it. Claire gave a small nod. We came because no one else would. The team gathered again as the sun rose. They were tired, but not broken. The battle was not done. But they had won a piece of it. They looked at the sky. The large Janori ship still floated above. They're waiting, Eli said. Then we give them a reason to leave, Claire said. We're set, and with that, they prepared for the next strike. The real war was just beginning. The sky above Veldari Prime stayed dark. The large Janori ship hovered like a giant shadow. People looked up with fear. They knew more danger was coming. But this time, they also knew someone would fight for them. Claire stood in the old control tower. Her eyes stayed on the ship. She did not blink. They are waiting for us to break, she said. But we won't. Noah worked fast at the console. They are scanning our cities. They're picking targets. We must move before they strike. Chris checked his weapons. We hit first. Show them we are not afraid. Ashley entered with a map, found their uplink base. We're using it to talk to the main ship. If we break it, we cut them off. Eli nodded. Break their voice. We break their plan. The uplink base was hidden in the green hills outside the city. It looked like a farm, but no animals were there. Only steel walls and signal towers. Claire led the team at night. They moved fast and quiet. Veldari scouts followed from a safe distance. They reached the edge of the base. Ashley and Eli climbed a small hill to look inside. There were guards, but not many. The Janori trusted the disguise. We go in quiet, Claire said. No noise, no warning. Chris cut a hole in the back fence. The team slipped inside. It moved like shadows. One by one, they took down the guards. No alarm sounded. Ashley found the control room. Noah guided her from the tower. Cut the red signal first, then switched the power line. Ashley moved her hands fast. The screen went black. The uplink was gone. They're blind now, Noah said. The big ship can't reach them, but the silence didn't last. Minutes later, the sky shook. The Janori ship fired at random. One blast hit the hill nearby. The ground cracked. Dirt flew everywhere. They're angry, Eli said. They don't know what we did, but they feel it. Claire called the Veldari guard. Move the people underground. Tell them to stay low. This is not over. The team returned to the city. The streets were quiet. Fear had returned, but Claire stood tall in the square. Listen to me, she said to the people. You are not weak. You are not alone. They think they can break you with fear. We will fight. Show us how. Chris began training the new fighters. He showed them how to move, how to aim, how to stand without fear. Ashley set traps around the city. Eli built new signal jammers to block Janori drones. Noah worked without rest. He found a way to reach the orbiting ship's weak spot. It had a gravity core used to stay above the planet. If we overload it, the ship will fall, Noah said.
Claire asked.
There's an old field cannon on the south ridge, he said. It's broken, but I can fix it. It's our best shot. Claire gave the order. Noah went to the ridge with 2 guards. They worked all night, used broken parts and wires, tools from Earth and Veldari both. In the early morning, the cannon came back to life. The barrel shook. The power lines glowed. We get 1 shot, Noah said. Claire looked up at the ship. Make it count. Noah aimed. He waited for the ship to turn. When the weak point faced the sky, he fired. The light from the cannon lit up the clouds. A line of fire shot through the sky. It hit the ship. For a second, nothing happened. Then the ship shook. Lights flashed. Sound of metal breaking filled the air. The ship began to fall, slowly at first, then faster. It crashed into the western sea with a great roar. The sky turned red, the sea boiled, but the city was safe. People came out and cheered. They raised their hands and cried. The Deathworlders had done what no one else could. Claire stood with her team, and across the stars, that message began to spread. The sea still steamed where the Janori ship had fallen. Black smoke rose from the water. The crash had shaken the world, but the city still stood. The people were still alive. The sky was clear for the first time in many days. In the main square, crowds gathered. No more signs of protest, no more angry chants. Only silence and the sound of hope. Claire stood at the center with her team. They were marked by dirt and smoke, but their eyes were sharp. They had come from a world built on fire and storms. And now, they had stopped a war that almost started. "You gave us peace," said a young Veldari woman, "but not with words, with action, with strength." Chris looked around the crowd. They were ready to burn everything. Now they cheer. It's strange. Eli smiled a little. They understand now. Peace needs more than kind voices. The Veldari Council came forward. This time, they did not speak with cold faces. They bowed their heads with respect. "We did not believe in your way," said one of the counselors. "We thought you were here to make war, but you saved us. You showed us the truth." Claire nodded. "We didn't come to destroy. We came to protect. The galaxy is not safe. You need to be ready next time," Noah added. "And there will be a next time. Someone will always try to take what is not theirs." The council offered medals and honors. The team refused them. "We didn't come for medals," Claire said. "We came because someone had to." The team helped build new systems for defense. They shared knowledge, helped train new guards, and left tools that would help the Veldari watch the stars. They didn't stay long. When their ship was ready, they packed up quietly. No big parade, no long speeches. They left the city the way they came in, fast, focused, and without fear. The ship rose into the sky. People watched from rooftops and streets. Some waved, some stood still. All of them remembered. In space, Claire looked at the fading shape of the planet. "They'll be all right now," she said. Ashley leaned against the wall till the next fire starts. Eli spoke softly. "We'll be there too, just like this time." Noah smiled. "Deathworlders don't run. We land, we fix, we fight." Chris laughed. "And we leave before anyone writes our names on walls." The ship turned and flew into the black. No sign, no sound, just a trail of power behind it. On Veldari Prime, a new signal was sent out. It was not a call for help, it was a warning. To those who bring lies, fear, or war, know this. Earth hears the calls for peace. But when we come ready. The message was short. Across the stars, it was heard. On every planet where power crushed the weak, leaders paused. On every world where darkness spread, people whispered about the ones who came from the fire. Not all understood it, not all believed it, but none forgot it, because the Deathworlders came. Not to talk, not to beg, but to stand, to stop, and to protect. And they would come again. Where there was danger, they would come. Where people were afraid, they would come. And when they came, they would come armed and ready,